Since My Hero Academia has ended, today we're diving into the 20 strongest characters in Boku no Hero Academy. So let's start at the bottom, with a character who changed the very meaning of heroism, Stain. Stain, the hero killer, isn't just a fighter, he's a force shaped by conviction. On paper, his ability is simple: taste your blood and you're paralyzed. But his true danger comes from his principles. During his fight against Ida, Todoroki, and Midoriya, we saw one man take on 3 highly skilled students with precision, skill, and a steadfast belief in his own justice. His strength lies in his will and his consistency, but his weakness is obvious. Without blood, his ability is useless. This is why Stain opens our list. Immense impact, but limited raw power. From the conviction of Stain, we move to Eraserhead, Aizawa. His power to erase quirks makes him a tactical nightmare. During the Nomu attack on UA, Aizawa neutralized multiple opponents stronger than him physically. With just a glance, he blends strategy with raw skill, able to change a fight in a single moment. His weakness? He's human. He gets tired, he bleeds, and one moment of distraction can turn the tables. This is why he ranks above Stain. He's more versatile and impactful, but still not at the top. Rank 18 belongs to Tokoyami, one of Class A's most dangerous students. From his very first appearance, Tokoyami stood apart. His quirk, Dark Shadow, isn't just an extension. It's an independent force that attacks and defends simultaneously. During the forest training camp, Dark Shadow lost control, becoming so overwhelming that even professional heroes treated Tokoyami as a serious threat. His power scales with darkness. The darker it gets, the stronger he becomes. But light is his enemy. Bright environments weaken Dark Shadow dramatically, placing a natural ceiling on his dominance. That balance earns him this position: immense potential, restrained by circumstance. And from raw power, we move to pure intelligence. Sliding into rank 17 is Gentle Criminal, a villain who proved that creativity can rival brute force. During his battle with Midoriya, Gentle transformed air, ground, and momentum itself into tools of combat. Elastic surfaces, redirected attacks, and constant repositioning turned the fight into a tactical puzzle. Gentle's strength lies in planning and adaptability. He doesn't overpower, he outplays, but his physical limitations are obvious. Low endurance, fragile durability, and reliance on preparation prevent him from ranking higher. Still, his intellect alone places him above many stronger fighters. And now, we step into territory where power stops being theoretical. Rank 16 is claimed by the high-end Nomu. Not a person, but a weapon. Designed purely for combat, high-end Nomu demonstrated its terror during the fight against Endeavor and Hawks. Regeneration, enhanced strength, multiple quirks, and relentless aggression made it nearly unstoppable. Its strength is overwhelming physical dominance. It doesn't tire, it doesn't hesitate, but its weakness lies in autonomy. Despite advanced intelligence, it lacks true adaptability and long-term strategy. That limitation places it here, above skilled individuals, but below those who combine power with will. Claiming the 15th position is Mirko, a hero built entirely around speed, power, and relentless pressure. Mirko doesn't hesitate, doesn't retreat, and never waits for backup. During the hospital raid, she charged alone into a nest of high-end Nomu, destroying them while losing limbs and still refusing to stop. Her legs are her weapon, explosive kicks capable of tearing through reinforced bodies. Her endurance borders on insanity, pushing through pain that would drop almost anyone else. But Mirko's weakness is her lack of restraint. She fights head-on, relying on instinct more than strategy. That raw aggression places her here. Deadly, fearless, but not calculated. And from pure instinct, we move to control through discipline. At rank 14 stands Best Jeanist, a hero who turns something ordinary into absolute authority. His quirk allows him to control fibers, and during his confrontation with All for One, he restrained one of the most dangerous beings alive using steel cables and fabric alone. Best Jeanist's strength lies in precision and restraint. He immobilizes rather than destroys, controlling the battlefield without excessive force. However, his power depends heavily on environment and materials. Without fibers to manipulate, his effectiveness drops sharply. That reliance keeps him below the monsters above, but far above most heroes. And speaking of speed, we now take to the sky. Rank 13 belongs to Hawks, a hero who doesn't just move fast, he thinks fast. His feather control allows him to attack, rescue civilians, gather information, and fight simultaneously. During the Paranormal Liberation War, Hawks infiltrated the enemy from within, eliminating threats before they even realized he was there. Hawks' greatest strength is versatility. He adapts instantly, turning any situation into an advantage. But his durability is limited. Once his wings were damaged by Dabi, his combat effectiveness dropped dramatically. That balance places him here, exceptional but not indestructible. And from speed in the air, we crash back to the ground. Rank 12 is pure destruction. Gigantomachia, a being who doesn't fight battles. He erases landscapes. Gigantomachia plowed through multiple cities, defeated countless heroes, and required a massive coordinated effort just to slow him down. His strength, endurance, and loyalty to All for One make him nearly unstoppable, but he lacks intelligence and adaptability. He follows orders blindly, without strategy or creativity. That single flaw prevents him from ranking higher. A weapon, not a mastermind. And from brute force, we move to balance. At rank 11 stands Todoroki, a character born with power that others spend lifetimes chasing. His dual quirk gives him unparalleled control. Ice to dominate space, fire to overwhelm opponents. During the sports festival, Todoroki demonstrated just how terrifying restraint can be, freezing entire arenas in seconds. His strength is balance and versatility. He adapts to nearly any opponent, but his weakness has always been emotional. Hesitation, internal conflict, and lack of full commitment have held him back. That inner struggle defines his position here. Incredible potential, still unfolding. At this point in the ranking, power stops being just physical. Rank 10 belongs to Destro, a man whose strength grows the heavier his emotions become. His quirk, stress, converts psychological pressure into raw physical power. The more burdened he feels, the larger and more destructive he becomes. During his fight against Shigaraki, Destro transformed into a towering force, crushing entire city blocks with single movements. What makes Destro dangerous isn't only his strength, it's his leadership. He built the Meta Liberation Army, commanding thousands who genuinely believed in his cause. But that same stress-based power is also his weakness. Once Shigaraki broke his will, the strength collapsed with it, and when ideology fails, pure obsession takes its place. Rank 9 is claimed by Dabi, a walking contradiction, powerful enough to terrify top heroes, yet slowly destroying himself every time he fights. Dabi's blue flames are far hotter than Endeavor's, capable of overwhelming nearly anyone caught in them. During the Paranormal Liberation War, his reveal shattered hero society itself. His greatest strength is raw offensive power and unpredictability. He fights without fear of self-damage, making him terrifying in prolonged combat. But his weakness is unavoidable. His body cannot handle his own flames. That self-destructive nature keeps him here. Devastating but unsustainable. From burning hatred, we move to surgical cruelty. Rank 8 belongs to Overhaul, a villain whose power borders on absolute control. His quirk allows him to disassemble and reassemble anything he touches. People, buildings, even himself. During his battle with Midoriya, he fused with others, constantly reconstructing his body to stay alive. Overhaul's strength lies in versatility. He can heal, kill, reshape, and weaponize in seconds. But his weakness is arrogance and reliance on contact. Once he lost his arms, his power vanished entirely. A terrifying ability, crippled by a single mistake. And from control through reconstruction, we rise into relentless pursuit. Rank 7 is Endeavor, a man who spent his entire life chasing a symbol he could never replace. His Hellflame quirk offers overwhelming firepower. And during the fight against high-end Nomu, he proved why he earned the #1 position, pushing beyond his limits while barely standing. Endeavor's strength is endurance and experience. He adapts mid-fight, learns quickly, and refuses to fall. But his weakness is heat management. Prolonged battles drain him rapidly. Still, that determination earns him this spot. And from a hero defined by persistence, we step beyond borders. Rank 6 belongs to Star and Stripe, a hero whose quirk bends reality itself. New Order allows her to impose rules on the world, enhancing strength, restricting enemies, even altering the environment. Her battle against Shigaraki forced him to fight against his own existence. Her strength is overwhelming authority. Few characters can challenge her on equal terms. But her weakness lies in conditions. Her rules require precise wording and preparation. That limitation places her just outside the top 5. From global scale power, we now return to explosive ambition. Breaking into the top 5 is Bakugo, not because he was born special, but because he refused to fall behind anyone, especially Midoriya. Bakugo's explosion quirk turns his sweat into raw propulsion and firepower. From the very first combat training, his fighting sense stood out. He doesn't just attack, he calculates angles, momentum, and timing in real time. During the Paranormal Liberation War, Bakugo proved his growth when he sacrificed himself to save Midoriya from a fatal blow. That moment wasn't about power, it was about instinct, speed, and resolve. Bakugo's greatest strength is combat awareness. He adapts mid-fight faster than almost anyone. His weakness has always been emotional volatility. Anger pushes him forward, but it can cloud judgment. Still, that refusal to stay second is exactly why he stands here. And above him stands the man who defined what #1 even means. Rank 4 belongs to All Might. With One for All Might didn't just defeat villains, he erased fear. Every punch felt like reassurance to society itself. His battle against All for One at Kamino wasn't just physical. He was already broken, already running on borrowed time. Yet he still stood tall, delivering his final blow while smiling. All Might's strength was overwhelming power, combined with unshakable presence. Villains hesitated, crime dropped, hope existed, but his weakness was inevitable. His body could no longer contain that power. Even so, few characters in the series ever stood taller. And when a symbol falls, someone must walk forward without it. At rank 3 3 stands Midoriya, not because he mastered one for all fastest, but because he redefined it. Midoriya didn't rely on brute force. He analyzed, adapted, and learned to distribute power across his body. Then came Black Whip, Float, Danger Sense, turning one for all into a multi-layered weapon. During the Dark Hero arc, Midoriya fought alone, exhausted, barely standing, yet still saving people while being hunted by the entire world. His greatest strength is growth. He evolves mid-conflict in ways even veterans can't predict. But that same self-sacrificing nature is his weakness. He pushes himself boss collapse. Still, his trajectory places him here, just below those who shaped the era itself, and above him stands the architect of everything that went wrong. Rank 2 is All for One, a being who doesn't fight fair because he never needed to. His quirk allows him to steal, stockpile, and combine abilities, turning him into a walking arsenal. For decades, he ruled from the shadows, manipulating heroes and villains alike. His battle against All Might shattered cities. And even after defeat, his influence never disappeared. All for One's true strength isn't power, it's control. He plans generations ahead, but his greatest weakness is his obsession with domination. That arrogance blinded him to what he created, because in shaping the perfect successor, he created something worse. At the top stands Shigaraki. What began as a broken child evolved into a force that erases reality itself. His decay quirk no longer needs contact. It spreads, consuming cities in seconds. During the war, Shigaraki fought heroes, students, and legends simultaneously. Even without full control, he overwhelmed everyone present. Shigaraki's strength is destruction without hesitation. No restraint, no mercy, no limits. His weakness once was instability, but that instability became his weapon. He isn't a ruler. He isn't a symbol. He is the end result. And that is why this ranking ends here. And that's the full ranking, from the lowest spark to total collapse. So if you enjoyed this kind of deep, story-driven breakdown, leave a like. It actually helps this video reach people who love anime the way we do.